Liam, a tough defeat over at Boundary Park on Sunday, which leaves qualification for the next round of the 1895 Cup out of our hands. What's the mood like in camp after that loss?
Yeah, disappointed. Really disappointed on Tuesday. Obviously, tough review session, but ultimately part of the journey of being a rugby league team, and we need to get back on the horse and get the mood back up and get prepared for this game this weekend. Obviously,
it was your first competitive game in charge. I asked you in the build-up to that game about your ideal 17, and you started 17. Has a game like that changed anything in your mind, or is it still up for grabs and up in the air for lads to go out there and prove themselves?
Yeah, absolutely. I think anybody who at the game is aware that there were players that played well and some that probably didn't put the best foot forward, and it's ever changing, ever evolving thing is the team selection, and probably not just on best 17, and sometimes horses for courses and scenarios and different dynamics of why you want to pick different players, but yeah, always changing, and there'll be probably a couple of changes this week as well.
We seem to be on top of Oldham in the early exchange until the interception, which sort of shifted the momentum that we never managed to wrestle back. Were you happy with the way that the team sort of steered around the field, or was there a bit of panic there? Did you just think we lost the momentum battle?
Yeah. There's a few bits and pieces there from the game, but credit to Oldham. They deserve to win the game. They scored tries at key times, regardless of how they came about. But yeah, from our point of view, in my perspective, they might see it a little bit differently. Every cause and effect in that game, whether it was good, bad, or indifferent, came from us. So we were heavily in control of the result of that, and this week it was in a negative way, which we need to fix up and move on from. But yeah, we can't afford to give 2 interception tries away and a barge over and expect to win the game. The little areas that we need to fix up on to improve ourselves. Attitude wise, I thought we were good and kept working hard. We just were a little bit not the smartest at key times, and but every time we had a foothold in the game and we would turn in momentum and get in our favour, we generally do something that would lose the momentum and lose points at the same time, which were a big kick in the teeth and ultimately a massive part of the reason why we lost the game.
As a head coach, how much of an impact can you have on that?
Well, yeah, it's my job to have an impact on that, absolutely. So these things we need to fix up on. Concentration, making sure that we're fighting for every ball, and when a loose ball goes on the floor, we dive on it first and things like that. So, I wasn't expecting skill to be a factor. I think we've worked a hell of a lot on it in pre-season, but it was. We'll keep trying to improve, and consistency of training and on a match day will lead into to games. We just need to make sure that we stay positive and keep improving and keep trying to hone in on our skills.
Any injuries to report from the Oldham game?
No major ones. A few bumps and bruises, and Callie's still struggling a little bit that didn't make the game, and obviously Brandon's a little bit more long term.
So moving on to Sunday then, obviously it's Rochdale Hornets in the next round of the 1895 Cup. Potentially at this stage results could have to go our way for us to qualify. How do you approach this game? Is it just going out there to try and compete as hard as you can and get your first win of the season?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. Give Rochdale the respect they deserve. They've got some experienced players in their squad. They obviously have only played one friendly nearly a month ago now, so it's hard to do any homework on them, but they've got some players who've got rugby league ability, and we need to turn up with the right attitude to get the win first and foremost, and then anything after that is a bonus. But obviously, looking at other results around the leagues, if you want to call them that, the groups, it's going to be difficult for us to find a way to qualify. But stranger things have happened, and we need to do our bit to give ourselves the best chance.
Nice to see a big following. Join the lads over in Oldham. You must be hoping for the same this Sunday at Rochdale to get behind the boys and cheer them on to victory.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, having the fans there always helps. We're all disappointed as a group that we didn't give them a win to cheer on the first day out. But it's the usual thing. Stick with us, and we'll try and entertain, and we'll try and get the win.